Today we will discuss the numericals of Coulomb's law and quantization law. Let's see the first numerical. Two small spheres spaced 35.0 centimeter apart. This is the distance r. Convert into meter, that is 0.35 meter. Have equal charge. How many excess electron must be present on each sphere? Means we have to calculate the number of electrons. If the magnitude of the force of repulsion between them is 2.20 into 10 raised to power minus 21 Newton, this is force F and this is R. Let's see the solution. The Coulomb force between two equal charged spheres is, this is the formula, F is equal to K Q1 Q2 upon R square. Because it is written have equal charge, so Q1 is equal to Q2, that is Q. So Q1 and Q2, that is Q square. K is the constant, that is 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught, and R is the distance. We know in the question F is given 2.20 into 10 raised to power minus 21 Newton and R is 35 centimeter or 0.35 meter. Electrostatic constant K, that is 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught, having the value 8.988 into 10 raised to power 9. Instead of this, you may write 9.0 into 10 raised to power 9. Then we can find Q by keeping these value in this formula. When you will keep these value in this formula, the answer will come that Q is equal to 0.17 into 10 raised to power minus 15 Coulomb. C stands for Coulomb, which is the SI unit of charge. Then we can find the number of excess electrons. How? In the quantization law we had discussed Q is equal to Ne. Q is charge, N is the number of electron and E is electronic charge. So number of electron Ne is equal to Q upon E. Q is 0.17 into 10 raised to power minus 15 divided by charge of an electron. The charge of an electron is 1.6 into 10 raised to power minus 19 Coulomb. When you will divide, the answer is approximately 1062 electron. Another example. In this question it is given, suppose that 2 microgram, micro it is 10 raised to power minus 6. 2 microgram of hydrogen is separated into its constituent protons and electron. A hydrogen atom having 1 proton and 1 electron, and that of protons are all grouped together at one point and the electrons at another point 3 meter apart. This is the distance r. What is the magnitude of the force between the two groups of charge? We have to find out the force F. Let's see the solution. The first step is to find how many protons and correspondingly electrons are there in 2 microgram of hydrogen. 2 microgram means 2 into 10 raised to power minus 6 into 10 raised to power minus 3 kg. This is the mass in kg. Mass of 1 proton, we know very well any atom having electron, proton or neutron, but in hydrogen only proton and electron be there, so, and the mass of electron is negligible, so whatever the mass of hydrogen is given is due to the mass of proton. So the mass of proton is 1.67 into 10 raised to power minus 27. So number of proton presented in 2 microgram of hydrogen will be equal to 2 into 10 raised to power minus 6 into 10 raised to power minus 3 divided by 1.67 into 10 raised to power minus 27. The answer will be 0.12 into 10 raised to power minus 19, 10 raised to power 19. Means this is the number of proton and similar equal number of electron will present in 2 microgram of hydrogen. So then the charge of all protons grouped means the charge on all proton, that will be equal to number of proton into electronic charge, that is 1.6 into 10 raised to power minus 19 Coulomb. While the charge of all electrons grouped, that is minus Ne, minus is due to the negative sign of the charge of electron. So N is 0.12 into 10 raised to power 19 into electronic charge. So we know very well, according to the Coulomb's law, the force F is equal to K Q1 Q2 upon R square. This is Q1, this is Q2. minus sign you have to leave, because there is a negative charge, there is a positive charge, so the force will be attractive. Now F is equal to K N square E square upon R square. Keep the value. N is this, E is 1.6 into 10 raised to power minus 19 and R is given 3 meter. On solving, the answer is 0.4 into 10 raised to power 8 Newton. Discuss third example. Let's see. In this question, it is written two small beads having positive charge, one 25 coulomb and 25 Q and second is only Q. So one charge Q1 is 25 Q and Q2 is Q, are fixed at the opposite ends of a horizontal insulating rod. At one end 25 Q charge is there, at another end Q charge is there. Extending from the origin, means the rod is kept at the origin. The location of the large charge to the point x is equal to d, means the larger charge is kept when x is equal to d, means this is the position of the 25 Q charge. A third small charge bead is free to slide on the rod, means there is another charge which is able to move on the rod. At what position is the third bead in equilibrium, means at what position the third charge will become equilibrium. We know very well these are positive charge. When we leave another charge between them, so both either will repel that charge or attract that charge. So on the rod there must be a position where the third charge will be at equilibrium. Let's see the solution. Let us assume that the position of the third charge is x. This is the position of third charge, that is x from the larger charge. The total distance of rod, that is d, and the position of third charge from the larger charge is x. And the charge on the third charge is q, means the value of charge on the third charge, that is capital Q. Then the equilibrium condition, this is the condition of equilibrium. The net force is 0, means when the third charge is at equilibrium, then the force acting by the 25 Q charge and Q charge will be equal on this charge. This condition can be written as, see, from the Coulomb's law, F is equal to K Q1 Q2 upon R square, F is equal to K Q1 Q2 upon R square. Means if the distance of capital Q charge is x from the larger one, then from the small q charge the distance of capital Q will be d minus x. K, this side and this side will be cut. So what would be left? 25q capital Q upon x square is equal to q capital Q upon d minus x square. This is the short form. Whenever you are facing such type of problem in competition, you just have to follow this method. Q and Q will cancel. Capital Q and capital Q will cancel. Now you have to find the relation of x over d. From this equation, we can find the distance x. Suppose that small q capital Q and small q capital Q will cancel. If we take out the square root of both sides, so it will be 5 by x. So 5 by x, and it will be 1 by d minus x. 1 by d minus x. Now cross multiply. 5 bracket d minus x is equal to x. 5d minus 5x will go to that side. So minus 5x will become plus 5x. 5x plus x, that is 6x. Now x is equal to 5 upon 6d. Let's see fourth example. This is the question. This is the diagram given. What is the question? If charge Q2, this is Q2, is in static equilibrium, means the total force on Q2 due to Q1 and this is 0. What is the value of Q1? Means you have to find out the value of Q1. In this diagram, we have three charges, Q2, Q1 and 5 nanocoulomb. 1 nano means 10 raised to power minus 9. So, if it is at equilibrium, then the force due to this charge and this charge must be equal and opposite. Let's see. Assume that charge Q2 is positive. The result does not depend on the sign of the charge Q2, because in this the force will be either attractive or repulsive. That is why we are leaving the sign over it. When the force F3 exerted on this charge by the positive charge Q3, this is Q3, is pointing to the left side. Suppose that it is plus, it is plus, it is plus. So it will repel this charge in this direction. Is pointing to the left as shown in the figure below. The magnitude of this force can be found from the Coulomb's law. F3 is the force of this over this. That is K, Q2 and Q3. Mod Q2, mod Q3 upon the total distance. Let this is R1, this is R2. So total distance will be R1 plus R2 whole square. This is Coulomb's law. Now here the distance between the point charge Q2 and point charge Q3 is, that is R1 plus R3 is equal to 10 plus 40, that is 50. Means this distance is equal to 50 centimeter. So here you have to keep in meter. See, the diagram is converted in this form. Means on this charge, Q2 charge, the force due to this is F3 and due to this is F1. This distance is 10 centimeter and this distance is 50 centimeter. Then net force exerted on charge Q2 should be 0. It means that the force F1 equal to force F3 acting on each other. So F1 is equal to F3. Now what will be the value of F1? F1 is equal to Q2 K Q2 into Q1 upon R1. Q2 into Q1 into R1. Now because the net force must be 0, means equal, F1 and F3 must be same. So this is the value of F3 and this is the value of F1. KE and KE will cancel. Q2 and Q2 will cancel. Do not change in meter because both having the centimeter distance. So if you are dividing by the 100, it does not change the value. So on solving it, we will get Q3 upon R1 plus R3 whole square is equal to Q1 upon R1 square. Now, if you will put the value, Q1 is equal to, R1 will go to this side. So Q3 R1 square upon R1 plus R3 whole square. So Q3, the charge of Q3 was 5 coulomb, 5 nanocoulomb actually. So 5 nanocoulomb, it is R1 that is 10 centimeter whole square, it is R1 plus R3 that is 50 centimeter whole square. It does not mean change for the meter because both are centimeter, does not affect the value. Then the answer will come 0.2 nanocoulomb. Since the charge Q1 is negative, then Q1 must be equal to minus 0.2 nanocoulomb.